My name is Kesley Anderson. Hi, everyone. My name is Kesley Anderson, and today's workshop is for the beginner in Happy Planner. So, what is Happy Planner? Well, a Happy Planner is exactly what it sounds like. Happy Planner. It's a planner that helps you to be happy and live your best life. And I say that with all sincerity. I have been a big fan of the company since it started way back when it was just stickers on a roll. So I've been with Me and My Big Ideas, aka Happy Planner, for years and years and years. I've also been a planner aficionado for since I was in fourth grade, and I was very unorganized. And my mom was like, "You need to get your shiz together. So let's get you a planner and make it easier for you to learn." So that's how it started with me. That was my journey. It was a way for me to assemble my academic assignments and make sure I was turning things in on time. And now, as an adult, I use it in my day to day life to pretty much do the same things, make sure I have my assignments down and I'm turning things in on time. But it just really helps to keep me organized and helps to keep my family organized. So you'll go through a period of trying a variety of different planners and a variety of different layouts until you find one that works for you. So if you start off with one layout and you're like, this really isn't working for me, try a different layout or try a different way of using the planner. I have a whole collection of planners here, and we'll sort of walk through the different sizes and the different layouts and help you figure out which is the best planner for you. Now, we're going into a new year, so it's a perfect time to select your planner. If you have questions along the way, please do drop them in the Q&A. I'll keep my eye on it, but it's a really good opportunity for you to ask questions directly and get an answer. So if you're like, this is how I am, what planner would you suggest for me? I'd love to have that and give you the feedback and the ideas of different things that might work for you. I help my kids do it and friends' kids get organized this way as well as my friends. So I really enjoy helping people pick their best planner. So why don't we go ahead? I'll pop over to my overhead camera and we can kind of start talking about the different types of planners that are available for you and what might work out best. Okay, I've got my Q&A open, so I'll keep my eye on that too. So really, Happy Planner has three different sizes of planners. I'm going to set these aside for a moment and we'll just work with this stack here. So this is a mini planner and it's about a 4 by. So it's a very petite planner. It fits right into your pocketbook or a backpack or, I consider this as like a travel size planner. I initially was skeptical of the discs and keeping everything together in a backpack. I've traveled with my planners. My daughter's put them in her backpack for school. They go with me in a purse when I use a small one. So you don't have to worry about your discs falling out or your pages falling out of the discs. So the 4 by 7 is the mini size. The 7 by 9 is the classic size. And this is mostly what you'll see at Michael's are the classic size planners. Again, you have the discs on the side. They now have a spiral version, which is really exciting. I haven't used it personally. I like to have the flexibility of moving my pages around as well as adding to my book when I need to. But I do love the classic size. I don't travel so much as I used to for work and such. So the classic size is great. It's on my desk. I can put it in an oversized pocketbook or bag if I need to travel with it. And then the next size is the big planner size. And this is a full page 8.5 by 11 size planner. So it is really quite a big planner. And when you start to fill it out, it can get a little bit bulky. But what I really love about this size is the boxes are really nice and big. So if you're working with any type of, let's see if I can change that light just a little bit. If you're working with somebody like as I'm aging and I need reading glasses, I kind of appreciate the larger size on the on this size of the planner. So you have three different sizes. You have the big, the classic, and the mini. So as you're trying to decide which size is the right size for you, think about where your planner will go. Is it just going to stay on your work desk and you're not going to travel with it? You won't have to take it or travel with it anywhere. Then a big is a good size. If you have a lot that you want to keep track of on a particular day, you can do, your big sizes here. Your boxes are bigger, but so if you're if you have large handwriting, this may be a good size for you to have on the big. I do, again, I think the mini, you're limited by the styles and layouts that are available to you. I actually don't have a mini to show you the difference in the box sizes. But this is just the size of the mini. So you can see just even on the lines are the same, but it's just shrunk down. So I'm going to set the mini aside because I really don't have that many minis that I've used in the past. It's mostly for note taking. The classic is probably the most common size. It is a 7x9. So I'm going to flip to like this size here. So this is a layout. This is a vertical lined layout. So each box has, I think this is called the focus layout. So you have a box at the top and then lines as you go down the page. So let's go into some of the different types of layouts. So this I think was called a focus layout. And then the most common style of layout is the vertical layout like this. So this layout has the three different boxes for each day. You can break that up into morning, noon, or night. You can break that up into, adult activities, kids activities, meals, however you kind of want to chunk out your day, you can do it like that in the vertical planner. And then you have the dashboard planner. And the dashboard planner has a focus page on the left for the week. And then each day is in its own box in a horizontal format. So the big difference here, you have your horizontal format and your vertical format. I think the vertical, whether you do the three boxes or you do the lined version, is very similar. It just kind of depends on if you want to have the lines or if you'd rather have open space. This may be phased out. I haven't really seen this style for 2025 yet. So this is my 2024 planner. So they may have that phased out in 2025. Not sure. You also may find an hourly planner, which is very similar to this, but each of these boxes have a timestamp on them. So if you're a person who has a lot of appointments or you're keeping track of a lot of different activities and you need that hour by hour, that might be a really good layout for you. I found if you don't have a lot of appointments and you don't run it hour by hour, I found I wasted a lot of the space because if I didn't have something between 2 and 6 o'clock, or if I was doing the same thing, I would just draw the line down there. So I didn't need to keep track of my agenda hour by hour. If you do, that is an option for you as a layout. And again, you could create that same hour by hour block here and do like your morning and your afternoon and your evening and do your own hour cycle that works for you. So I think really the big difference between your layouts are whether you choose a vertical layout and a horizontal layout. So one of the ways that I help people decide, well, which is the best layout, is ask them how they take notes. So do you take notes by jotting down key points in a list, or are you more of a paragraph, write it all out type of note taker? If you're a paragraph, you like to write out the full sentences, then you really may enjoy the horizontal boxes here that have the whole, like it's almost like a paragraph space for your day. If you're more of a lister type person, then you may prefer to have the vertical layout and do it in a list style. Now you can still do your list style in these horizontal boxes. It just gives you a little bit less space to do your list because you may end up doing two lists depending on what you have to list out. I also, if you have your planner, if you have to have your planner so that you only have one page open at a time and you need to look at your whole week, then the horizontal planner here is a great planner because you can see Monday through Sunday is all on one page, whereas your vertical layouts, you have Monday through Sunday and it's on two pages. So I did find if I have something I put in the middle, like I may take an extra little page for my grocery list or something like that and put that in the middle, then that sort of blocks my week, depending on how I'm looking at it. Whereas your horizontal layout like this one, if you had a grocery list, you would just flip that to the other page and you wouldn't have to worry about it. But you have all of this space here to write out what is, what you're focusing on for that week. So like if you have a phone call or something or a meeting, you can jot down a couple notes here. You have your priorities list that you can put here. I tend to leave the bottom space for my days. I use the vertical layout, and I tend to use the bottom space of my days as like junk. So in the bottom of my page, I'll just put like, if I had a meeting with somebody and I took notes in that meeting or I had some important takeaways, I'll write those in the bottom of my page. So however that would work for you, you could kind of do that in that layout format. Whereas over here, it's more, you have more that you need to put into there. So now let's talk about some of the terminology. And I hope that if you guys have questions, please, or you're like, this is how I currently plan. What do you suggest? Don't hesitate to drop that in the Q&A because you may have a question that somebody else also has and they're shy to ask. There's also one other layout that usually comes out in September for the Happy Planner, and that is usually in the big planner size. It's the teacher layout, and that one only goes Monday through Friday. So for your teachers or your work week, that's great because then you just worry about that Monday through Friday. You can also use filler paper. So I have a pack of filler paper here to add note section to your day or to keep track of to-do lists or anything like that. So you could always create more space either way using the filler paper. So that's another, I kind of consider that a layout because you can then use this to create your own type of layouts and spreads in your book. Another way, and that if you were to do that, like if you were to take out some of these, like some people like to have a whole section. Let me see if I can open this up real quick. Some people like to do a whole section in the back of their planner where they just have a section of paper for themselves to like grab their, sorry, let me grab my scissors. That if you just need that extra piece of note paper, they would either put that one in each day or just kind of grab a little section of it and put it at the end of the month. So if we're looking at the January month, you might put it like right here at the end of your month and just add that in. So I can just add those pages right into my planner like that. And then if I need them, I can tear them out and move them around. So if we're getting into January 1st, and let's say you're hosting your New Year's Eve party and you need to have your party plans, you can just pop that right in to the week. And then you've got your party planning page is right there. So that is, you can always kind of create your own additional layouts using the actual blank pages, the filler pages. Okay, so then the next step, once you've decided kind of on the size of your planner and the layout of your planner, you have a couple options. You can always add to your planner. Like this is the undated extension pack. So if you were to be planning out further than your calendar was, you could always add those into your planner, and then you would just need to put your month on the tabs, and let me find my dates. Here we go. And just start adding in the dates as you go. So good question. How far ahead do you usually plan? I have my planner is for the whole year. So this is my current planner and it goes through December. So I plan throughout the year, and sometimes like I'll put little sticky notes if I have something coming up, or I'll tuck something into my planner. Like prepping for this class, I have this wedding invitation. So I'm going to go ahead, and now that I have a 2025 planner, and I'm going to use the brief calendar here. So this week of the wedding is this week here. So I'm just going to take my punch, and let's see, I think I want to kind of go down a little bit, put that in, and I'll just punch that in and attach that into here. So this is one of the reasons why I really love the Happy Planner. You can have a punch like this. This is the special one that has those little prongs on there. Let me show you. It has the little, I don't know what you call those, the little C disc punch. And then you can take anything and add that into your planner. So if you have like in the spring, I'll have a special month planning for my running training. So if I'm planning to run a 10K or a half marathon or whatever it is, I'll have on a separate paper calendar. Let me see if I have one here. I may have one right next to me that I've done in the past. I will have, here we go. So I'll have like a training program, something like this, that will tell me what I need to do, how I need to run for each day of a certain week. So I will just take my punch, and I'll put this in there. Let's see. I think I want to go right about there. So I'll just put that in there. So if you have like a carpool schedule, or, a team dinner schedule or anything like that, that you have to keep track of, that have the information already on it, and you don't want to rewrite it in your calendar, or you need to move it around, you can just put that little hole punch in there. So I won't have to start running again until August. So if I know that this is going to be my training schedule for August, I'll just go back here, and you're asking how far I plan ahead. I'll just pop that right in there for next August, and I don't even have to hunt around for it. I've got it right in there for training, and I'm ready to go. So I do that, and I do keep those in my planner so that I can reference them really quickly and easily. As you could see though, I also do use my little sticky notes. If I know, I haven't decorated my December page yet, but if I know I have something coming up, I'll just put a little sticky note and put it in there, or I'll write it in with pencil and then go back in and decorate, erase it and put it in there. So good question. So Darlene is saying the pages don't look very secure on the spiral. What makes them stay in there? Darlene, I completely understand your speculation, I guess. They really do stay in there, and it can go in your purse. These don't get really knocked around. I've had this in a backpack, traveled with it. I've had it in my purse, traveled with it. The rings don't come apart and the pages don't come out. Now, if I shove pages in here, like sometimes I might have something I'm working on, and I'll just kind of like take my papers and stick it in there. I'll lose these, but if I hole punch them, they will stay in my book for me. So the punching them is key, and it's I guess it's like the disc, the way this is done where it comes in and then has that C, that's what holds it together. Once you lock it in there, there's a, each disc has like a lip on it that extends past the center. So when you put it on there, it just stays on there. It's a marvel. Okay, so this is a Happy Planner hole punch that I have. There's I don't know, I think I've seen a pink one and a turquoise one at Michael's. So you definitely, this is one of my must-have tools. So why don't we talk a little bit before we start going into the layouts, some of the extra tools that I personally like to have on hand. So one of the things that I like to have on hand is my pen. And this is a Uniball pen. You can, whatever type of pen you like, by all means, use the pen that you're comfortable with. I just have found this pen, and I think it's like a .7 tip or point 0.5 tip. It's either a 0.5 or 0.7 tip. It is so smooth on the paper. It doesn't smear. I can write right on my paper and it doesn't smear anything. So that's the one I like. There's also a Precise V5 brand of pen. Let's see if I have one of those handy. Um, I steal those from my kids. The Precise. I don't see one in my tote here, but that is a great pen to have. Um, Precision V5, I think is what it's called. So that's your, so you need your pen, you need your planner. If you plan on doing any type of journaling or anything like that, I do like to have either a whiteout like this or a white pen. And the reason for that is on the months, the information is planned. So like if there's something going on, New Year's Day or whatever, I may want to put a sticker here for New Year's Day, and I don't necessarily want to have New Year's Day on there as well. So I'll just use my whiteout and I'll just draw right over that and oops, and do a whiteout on that. So now I can add my own sticker onto that day and not, not, and you won't see that I've covered something up. Also on your pages here, if you're using some of the stickers are clear stickers and you want to have them, let me see if I can find, like, so this is a clear sticker. And if I were to put this sticker on my page, you would see the lines through it. And if I didn't want the lines to come through it, so if I put this on my page, you could, let's see, let me just do it so you can understand. I think this goes with February, March, April. This is an April design. So if I wanted to add this onto a page for decoration, let's just say I wanted to put it on this page here, where it overlaps those lines, you can, those black lines show through. Now this is just, I think, a little petty of me. I wouldn't say everybody would want to do this, but maybe some people would if those lines bother you. In the end, at the end of the year, you won't even notice it. But sometimes if I have extra time when I'm designing, I'll just take my white pen or my whiteout and cover up that black line so that when I put my sticker down, you don't actually see the line underneath. I'll just kind of cover that up. Which again, like I said, it's a little petty. And if you don't enjoy that process of it, don't do it. If that would steal your joy of using the stickers and the pen, don't even think about it. Just if you like to put that sticker there, put that sticker there. But if the lines coming through the sticker bother you, that's how you can remove those lines. I also will keep a mechanical pencil handy. So if I have something coming up, like I know April 15th is tax day, I would just write on there tax day. And then when that day actually came, I would grab my eraser and just erase that and put my sticker on it or whatever, ink over it with my pen if I wanted to. The other pens that I like to have, I do like to have a gray pen. So if you wanted to take a box or something and make it important, the gray, I don't know why, but like let's say this is for March. So if I'm going to just highlight this box, I'll take my green pen and you can always just go like this. So that's kind of keeps it out of your way. So just take your green pen like that, kind of give that box a little highlight, and then you come back with your gray and you follow along with it. And it's just the littlest bit of color on the bottom there, but it makes it kind of stand out a little bit more and it makes it look a little bit more finished. So I'll use that if I'm writing notes or something. I will use let me grab a notes paper here. So if I were working on my to-do list for this week, let's say, and I were just going to take a piece of paper and write my to-dos, I could just go with the little gray pen there like that and just do my to-dos. And that just kind of like makes it pop a little bit, but without being in your face. And then you could always go back in and just draw a little line like that. And that just is like a little color, a little extra on your titles. If you wanted to, if you had like a meeting and you were writing out your meeting and you just were like, I just want a little something extra, you could just grab your pen and add those little shadows to your letters and just pop that in that way. So it's just kind of a fun way to add a little color onto your page. Even in the boxes, it's like a nice way to have something kind of stand out if you wanted to. So let's see, when is St. Patrick's Day? On the 17th. So if I wanted to make this day stand out a little bit more than the others, I could just take my pen and highlight around that day. So the gray just adds a little shadow. It's not super in your face or anything like that. It just adds a little definition on the page. So that's the other pen I have in my arsenal. And then I do keep some colored pens. There's a variety of different types of pens you can use. The mild liners are really nice because they don't bleed through. So when you write with the mild liners, they don't come through. What did I do with that little? I'm looking for that little to-do page to show you. But your colors won't come through with the mild liners. And you have some that are chiseled tip and then you have a fine tip. So, just, I would say don't get crazy with it. It's very easy to want to have every type of pen that's out there to try it all. And you'll see people will take the pens and do like pen pages and try it all. If that's your jam, go for it. But if you're like, you know what, I just need some functional pens, just grab a few mild liners. They're great little highlighters. You have the brush tip and the chisel tip type, and they're really fun and easy to use. You can also find some pens, the Zig, that have a dot on the end, which are really fun if you're doing like a bullet list or something and you just go dot, dot, dot down your page. So those are the pens I keep handy. I also will keep an X-Acto pen handy like this, like a little X-Acto knife and a little pair of sharp scissors to cut stickers or washi tape or something like that if I want to do that. So Linda says, you seem like a perfectionist. How does someone who is fine with good enough mentally adapt your methods in planning? Just, it's good enough. Like when I showed you that little sticker on there, I don't always cover up the black lines like that. In fact, only if I have a time to really sit down and do that, I do that. I am a functional planner. And so a lot of times my planner is not even, my day isn't decorated or anything like that. I just use it like I have a meeting, I have grocery stores. These are the errands I need to do. I need to pick these kids up. Here's what I'm planning for my meals. And that's it. And it gets no decoration. So I think the first trick, Linda, that's a really good question. And I think the first thing is to just use your planner functionally. All the stickers, all the colors and all that. If that doesn't move you to help you stay organized and stay planned, don't do it. Like if pink is your favorite color and you're like, I just need a pink pen to write down what I need to get done, then that's all you need to do. And that you'll be happy with it. When you can kind of flip back through, and there are days and months and weeks where nothing gets done. Like I had this this layout planned to do something and I didn't do anything with it. And then there are other times when I super have my planner out and I'm using it as a journaling to document like what I'm listening to, my tasks that need to get done, um, some plans I'm working on, so I think it just depends on where you are. Meet yourself every day. So if you're super motivated and you're like, I'm motivated this month to lay out my whole month, and then start off with a bang and you're really motivated, and then all of a sudden you're like, I lost my mojo. I wasn't using my planner. It's okay. It's totally okay. You can go back and fill it in. You can always just leave it and just be okay with not having anything there that week. And maybe you're sick, or maybe you don't have anything going on that's really planner worthy, or whatever. Use this empty space to go back and journal. Like, what were you reading? What were you watching? What were you listening to? What are your hopes and dreams for this week or this month? And just use that space for that. So I don't think that you necessarily have to there's no right way to use a planner. The only right way to use a planner is to listen to yourself and let the planner kind of guide you, but don't feel restricted by the page or the layout or, whatever. Make it work for you. Now, this is a good question. Do I use a separate planner for my running? I have tried to use a health planner, and I find I cannot keep up with multiple planners. There are people who will be like, this is my 2025 stack of planners. I have my, everything planner. All my stuff is going to go in there. I have my social planner, my work planner, and then I have my journal, and then I have my athletic planner. I personally cannot keep up with more than one planner. And you can see there are some days where I don't even use my planner. But what I like to do, I wonder if I did it in here, like I will write, um, like where I am on my exercise. Like I'll use that little, I guess I didn't start that until August. What am I missing? August, May, June, oh, July, August. So let's see, maybe August I traveled quite a lot. So I didn't even use my planner in August. So I'll use that piece of paper to kind of guide me. And then I'll use my days and I'll write down like where if I walked, who I walked with, how far I went, and stuff like that. So I don't always fill it out every day. And I don't always, I wouldn't keep a separate planner. For me personally, I wouldn't be able to keep up with that. But I will use a consistent section in my planner to write things down. Like if you're tracking your steps, you could just go into your planner at the beginning of that month and say, you know what, every day this week, I want to jot down my steps. So I'm just going to take my little pen here that has the little sponger on the end of it. I'll just do a little dot like that. And then I'll take my black pen and just write steps. And so every day I can be motivated to fill this in. And some days it may be, you know what, it may be the end of the month and you have to go back and look at your health app and pull up your step stats and fill that in at the end of the month. But you can at least have that space dedicated to that. Like another thing I track is my hydration. So I may just take, let's see if I have a blue one here. I don't have a blue one. So above my steps, I may just take another line and draw this in. Now, this is usually, I usually use the bottom portion of my planner here. Like I said, like for that junk, just drop it in there, whatever I need to put in here. And I'll put my hydrate and how many ounces of water I drink a day. Goes right in there. So then at the end of the day, I can look at my app, or if I've kept it on a piece of paper, I can add that in right here, what my hydration was. If you want to be a little bit more on your hydration, you can always take, this is a great way to use these little pieces. If you want to track your habits, let's say you're like, you know what, I really need to drink more water. I am definitely not drinking enough water. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to write hydrate at the top, and we'll do Monday. And then I'll just take my brush pen, and if you're going to do 8 ounce glasses of water a day, just do those 8 little boxes. We'll come back in and highlight those. And then if I want to keep myself motivated, I might put like a little sticker or whatever, or how drinking that water made me feel that day. So that's totally, you know, how you can use these extra pieces. You can put that down here if you need to, wherever you need to put it. I just say, like, for things that you're going to consistently track, like your hydration, your steps, if you're tracking your weight, if you're tracking pickup times or anything like that, or your meals, then I would set it out with the intention every week that this is where I'm going to write my hydration and this is where I'm going to write my steps. So that's kind of how I would do that. Now, I do want to talk about the sticker books a little bit because they're the kind of the fun part for me. I enjoy the stickers. I really have fun using them. I always have been a sticker person. Even when I was a little kid, I was like huge into stickers. So one thing to point out with Happy Planner is a lot of times their planners will have a coordinated set of stickers that go with that planner. So for example, these both are the folk planner. So you have the folk planner, and the colors and everything are designed to match with the sticker books. So when you use these stickers on the pages, it kind of is designed to all match together. So you can add in your stickers where you want to and how you want to use them, but they do kind of all go together. And then if you're using the big size planner, because your boxes will be bigger. So like this one here, this is the horizontal layout, which are the dashboard layout, which is this one here. So you can kind of see the difference in the sizes there. You have the big sticker book. So this is the Brie. These are the big stickers. So you can see how much bigger the stickers are that will go in this book than your stickers that will go in this book. And then, wait a minute, which one is this one? That's that one. That's this one. I have the Brie. Here it is. Let me get this one so we can really do a side-by-side comparison of the size. so you guys can see. So this is the vertical layout, but your sticker pages are designed to be the size for your book. So like this page here, they have the same page in this one, and you can just kind of see the difference in the sizes of the stickers and the difference in the size of the space. Is that showing that properly? So you can see that. So kind of fun to know that they do have classic size stickers and big size stickers. So it just depends on which size you're committing to that you want to use. Oh, I love this. I've had my planner for over 6 years. I've never had problems with pages coming out. I move projects from year to year. I evaluate my projects monthly and quarterly. That's exactly right. You can just move things around. Some of my crochet projects that are made of cotton, I may put in next April, removing from September because I'm working on wool or alpaca through the winter. Ooh, I love it. So yeah, that's the to me too, that is the beauty of these planners, that you can just move the content around to suit your needs. If you are interested in doing spreads and layouts, I'll just show you real quick. We'll pop a link in the chat for you to, I did a class last year giving you ideas on how to do your monthly layout. So I have this page I keep handy just to kind of get my ideas going and helping me with the flow of how I want my layouts to go, so I can sort of visually see how they're gonna lay out and where I'm gonna follow along with them. So I used this layout here for April, and I have these little lines that kind of go up to mimic that, and they go to different spots. And then I used this layout with kind of the flowers going in the V shape on my May layout. And then in July, I think, oh no, we're going all the way to July. Wait, is this June, July? So July, I sort of tried to do them in quarters here and use the stickers here. I don't think this one achieved it very well, but that's okay. This was just kind of my starting point, and then I went, and then I kind of tried to do it how I could do it that way. I think I did November. It looked really cute. Yeah, with the just a scattering of stickers going down the page like that. So there, we'll put the link in for the class, and so you can watch the video if you choose, or you just want to grab this this page, the pages with the layouts, you can do that. I also have a class from last year that we did about setting goals and intentions. So this, I'll just show you that real quick from 2024. To how I kind of made my own page, my own front page, and then did some inserts with what was motivating me, my values for the year, kind of what I wanted to achieve, where I wanted to shine this year. And I love, one of my goals was to run a half marathon, and I did that. My running partner did not, but I did get that one done. And then I wanted to make sure that my goals were SMART goals. So I included that in, I included that in my planner. So every time I opened up my planner this year, I had like what was motivating me for the year right in front of me. So I'm excited to do that again for 2025, and I'll have that right in front of me. Is there a way of getting yes, we will, Maria, we will post in the chat a link to the class that I did with this layout, as well as a link to the Canva document that has all these layouts on there. And you can, they're bigger and smaller, as well as a link for your goal setting. So let's talk about setting up. So if you want to use that monthly layout as your motivation, you certainly can use these layouts here and just plan the whole month ahead. It's funny because I change my um mood. You know, of course, everybody's moods change throughout the year. So while I do set up my monthly layout every, like kind of at the beginning of the year, it's funny because by the time I get to there, I was like, oh, I really am not in a blue mood for this month. I should have waited. But I do that to myself all the time. And then I just keep with what I have. So I do kind of set out with the intention of having my month be whatever I set it out to be. And then I always like go, oh, I should have waited. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you get your planner is put your name in it. And the reason I tell you to do this and the reason I do this is so that I'm comfortable writing in my planner. If you leave this page blank all year, you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh, I should put my name in there. No, I've had too much caffeine. My hand might be shakier. Whatever reason you may give yourself for not doing that. As soon as you take your tag off your planner, let's get my tag off my planner. As soon as you take that tag off there, go ahead, open it up to that first page and put your name right in there. As a beginner, that is the first thing you want to do. So go ahead and put your name right in there and get ready to go. And then you can, if you know special dates, birthdays, or anything like that, a fun way to do that is to take your dauber pen and just put a little daub on those birthdays that are important. If you want to use this side here to set out goals and intentions, you could do that. Or maybe you'll keep this as like a running list of books you want to read or something like that. However you want to use that page. And then this is your whole year in 2 pages. Some people like to put plan it out a little ahead of time, like if you have vacations or holiday days or things, important events that you want to see over the year. You can use that. You can use this as a mood tracker. Like, how are you feeling? Were you, happy, sad, whatever? Just use it as a mood tracker. You can also use it as like a word of the day. So if you want to learn a new word or you just want to write down a word that describes your day, you can do that and use that and kind of use that as like your motivation, as a touch point every day. Now, these pages are your dashboard for the month. So you can put down like your top 3 big priorities, what's important, and then if you have notes that are going to jot down here, you can do that down here. I usually don't have notes going into a month. So I usually kind of I'll put a sticker over that and just use that as like a journaling, what I want to achieve in January, kind of what's my vibe for January? What am I looking forward to? What do we have going on? Anything like that. My priorities here, just a note, I don't put like priorities of in things that task priorities. I more tie that back into my priorities for the whole year. So if my priority for the year is to um, I don't know, I'm just going to blindly pick something, maybe something I did last year. If my priority is to run a certain amount this year, like a certain number of miles, maybe I've broken that down into, okay, I need to run 20 miles this month. I want to eat healthier so I fuel my body to run. And my other priority is to talk about running 10 times. So if my focus is running, I'm going to put that here. Like, just not task oriented, but priorities. What are my priorities? Is my priority getting my kids off to school every morning with a healthy lunch? Is my priority making sure homework's done before we sit down to dinner? Is my priority make Monday night a read-in night where we have breakfast for dinner and we all read our books on Monday night? Those are like what you want to focus on for the month. Not necessarily, I don't use it as tasks. So that's how I do it. Okay. So then when you go into your month here, you're going to set up your month and mark out what you have that's important. Now, you may want to just, if you're just getting started, take a pencil and say birthday. Like if you have a birthday here that's going on, that's important. If you have a trip here, put that. put that down. Maybe you're going somewhere over Martin Luther King Jr. Day. You can just write that down. If you have New Year's plans, people coming to town, a party, whatever it is, this is sort of your month at a glance. So if you just quickly look at it, what are the big picture things? I don't necessarily use this to break down small appointments or something like that. This is more like big picture things. So if one of your priorities this year was to have breakfast for dinner on Monday nights and have a read in, on Monday night, I would write down breakfast for dinner read in, breakfast for dinner read in, and make that like my big thing on that one day. If Saturdays was going to be my long run days, I would write down 6 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles, 12 miles, however far I intended to run on those days. That's what I would write down here. So this sort of ties back in to what my priorities are for the month. So somebody's asking about setting up for a new stay-at-home mom. So I'm curious if you are a new mom, like do you have an infant at home, or are you just trying to get your house organized a little bit better? If you don't mind answering that question, I think I can help you get a little bit more organized in that way. Then when you come into your week, this is where you kind of can break your week down however you want to do it. So let's just go. I'm going to take my 2 pages out here, and I'm going to grab my sticker book that coordinates with my book. Now you notice I really haven't like focused too much on the stickers and things like that, because the stickers that's the fun part of it. That's the add-on part of it. So if I want to add stickers, I do tend to do that first, but um, I might have penciled in other things that I have going on. So I may have to come back in and add my stickers later. But one thing I like to do, I'll just grab this sheet of stickers here, and I'll just pop this one in on the top here. And it just goes right down. You can always kind of pick them up and put them back down if you need to. So don't feel like it's stuck there for forever. You can move those around. Now, if you're trying to, like, let's say one of your New Year's resolutions or your New Year's goals is to get your house organized. Maybe you feel like you're unorganized, you want to have more control over your clutter, if you will. So you may say, you know what, I really think this month I'm going to focus on cleaning up zones around my house. So if your goal is to clean out a certain area or manage a certain space, you may just take a little box down here and say, okay, this is the kitchen drawers, this is the kitchen cabinets, this is the kitchen cupboard, and sort of break out your projects. And that's where you're going to do the plan ahead. You're going to kind of think about that ahead of time. How are you going to organize that? And you'll put that in that space. And then I love these big stickers here. These are so fun. Can you guys see? Do I have this in the right spot? I want to make sure you guys see all the fun of these stickers.
We can see.
Okay. So let's say we're just getting started in this month. It's January. I want to be a little extra, not just today, but for the whole year. So I'm just going to pop that in. The sunglasses don't necessarily speak to me. So you know what? Let's just cover that up with a sticker. And we're just going to put that right in there like that. Now, if I think I'm going to want to come back and put something behind that sticker, like something else, I don't know what yet, I will just put a little sticky note and keep that sticker on top of the page. So I'll just add that there, and then I can always come back. So let's say if I wanted to put in a fun little phrase for this week, and I'm going to be focused on the time, do what makes you happy, right? That's how we should start the year, with do what makes us happy. And I kind of think My Mondays, let's say Mondays aren't really super busy days for me. So I can kind of put that in here. Trying to think, do I want to do that there? Maybe Sunday afternoon. I'll put that in on Sunday afternoon. So I'm just going to put that down here. And if I wanted to add a little washi tape, this would be a great spot to add some washi tape. So let's just kind of hold that sticker up there for just a second. Let's grab a roll of washi tape and we'll just put a little bit across. Now, again, if this does not speak to you, using washi tape or having stickers or anything like that, if you're like, that is just too much, don't do it. You then just leave this bit off. This is only for you if you are like, if this excites you, so that when you open up your planner and you see these, your cute little stickers and your motivating washi tape, to keep you going throughout the week, then do that and have fun with it and enjoy it. But if that does not speak to you, then please don't do it. Like, I don't want anybody to be stressed out and be like, oh my gosh, Kathleen said I have to use 5 stickers a week. And now I feel like I have to do that. So you don't have to do that. It should be fun. Now, this is my little sewing ruler. And let's say on Sundays, we like to get a lot of stuff done. So we have a big to-do list. So I'm just going to take Sunday and put a to-do list here like that. So if you're talking about getting organized, plan ahead, plan those tasks ahead of time and sort of give yourself a goal to get 3 things done. So you're going to say, you know what? I want to get 3 of my tasks done and out of the way. And I have people like your new stay-at-home mom. Maybe the weekend is the only chance you have to get those tasks done. Grab your little 3 dots and put those right here. And just line those right up. You can take your gray marker and draw a little line if you want. There is, here, Mambi has these little lines here, this little line ruler. I love this ruler. You can just use these to give yourself 3 little lines of tasks to get done. And so when you're planning out your week, you just kind of think ahead and say, okay, what do I have this weekend? These are the 3 tasks I want to get done over the weekend. And you just pop those right there. So that just goes right in there like that. And that's a great question. Are there any masculine happy planners? There certainly are. There is a very, I think it's called Work to Life, and it's just the very basics. It's like for anybody who has to go into an office and doesn't want to, have their bosses see their cute flair going on. You can just there's a black and white planner. And then just if they want to have stickers, you can have these little black and white stickers to go on there or not. So you don't have to have stickers at all. Like I have a friend who uses a planner and a written planner, and he doesn't use any stickers on him, despite my efforts to get him to do that. So that's kind of how I would do that. If you are having, like, let's say you're a mom and you have you have young kids and you have different schedules, you can choose to use different color pens to write each child's name down. So if that's the case, you may say, so when I had my kids, my oldest was very, I guess, he was chill. So we said, okay, everything we do for Ryan will be blue. So we got him, like if we bought shirts that look the same, Ryan would get the blue shirt and Adam would get the red shirt. So for their whole life, they've been set up to be either the blue kid or the red kid. And then I had Daisy, so we would do her in pink. So if you are working on their schedule, let's say they have a dentist appointment or they have a practice or they have a homework assignment due, you can give them a color and then plan out your calendar with those colors. And I'll tell you, Ryan and Adam are 18 months apart, and I would buy them, kind of the same coordinating outfits. Ryan would get the blue, Adam would get the red. And I sort of kept the cool color and the warm colors, and it helped me with laundry and everything like that. I even I'll show you guys. Sometimes I do a list outside of my planner. So this is one I had going in, and I do my top 3 things that I have to get done. So like Monday, I had to clean off the steps. I had to get the Christmas tree up. I had to submit invoices. And then I do the next 3 things. So what do I need to get? What are the next 3 things that I have to get done? And then everything else below that. Now, I could use the space in my planner to do that, but I find that I use my planner for bigger information than little like check off boxes. But that is kind of one thing you can do, is use your planner for that. If you are a new mom or know a new mom, one of the things you have to track is the feeding schedule. So you can do that in your happy planner, no problem. I hope I've given you guys lots of good ideas and answered your questions as we've gone along. Use your planner for how it moves you. If you want to use the stickers, what I would recommend, and I do like this Hey Bree because it actually goes all the way through the year. So it takes you from January, all the way to December. So just having one sticker book is enough for you to get through the whole year. And if you want to add more, this sticker book is great because it's just kind of generic designs, and you can just add these little designs onto your planner. You have the monthly with the cutout boxes, which we didn't even talk about that. But when you go to your monthly, here you can just grab one of these and put it on that day. Let me erase that. You can just put that on the day and your number still shows. Just pop that right on there. And then you can go back onto that and write in what you needed to write in, which would just be a happy birthday. Like that. Another suggestion, if you do have multiple children and you're trying to keep things organized, you may say, I'm just going to have one child have this certain type of box, one child have this certain type of box, and just do it that way, just using one type of box for each child. Like I teach multiple different classes, so I do tend to use one style for one manufacturer, another style for somebody else, and that helps me keep it separated and different. So thank you guys so much. We do have another Happy Planner coming up this month, a Happy Planner class on how to make inserts. We won't be making our goal setting inserts. So I want to encourage everyone to, between now and that next class, to go ahead and watch that one. You can fast forward through it, pause it, stop it, maybe think about some intentions, but we'll talk about how to make your own inserts and add pages into your Happy Planner. So thanks, everybody. I really appreciate your time today and that you were here with us. Ilsa, thank you so much for being here, and everyone have a great week.